Good evening. Down is off tonight. It's Victory Tuesday, and Bills fans are celebrating 2 wins today.
Yeah, the Bills hammered the Titans 41-7, and cornerback Dane Jackson was released from the hospital after a really scary hit to his neck. Our Tara Lynch spoke with doctors today about the severity of these types of injuries. Tara.
Jackie and Dave, it was a scary situation for both players and fans. You never want to see an ambulance leaving the field. Dane Jackson was hit head on by Bills linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, whipping his neck backwards. He was treated and released from ECMC overnight, walking out under his own power.
He had something called a hyperextension injury. That's where the neck bends backwards further than what it's supposed to.
Dr. Jason Matuzak is not Dane Jackson's doctor, but he's seen the hit, and that isn't his only concern.
I mean, between the initial injury, the flip on the field, there was a lot of reason to consider that there might be substantial trauma here. So for him to be able to walk out of the hospital last night under his own power, that is tremendously good news.
15 years ago, Bills tight end Kevin Everett was almost paralyzed by a helmet-to-helmet collision. But doctors say that was a different situation.
Where that was a different type, where he was in a flex position and his head was almost straight and his neck was almost straight, and that led to a different type of injury.
Jackson and safety Micah Hyde were treated and released from ECMC for their injuries. Bills players and coaches say they've talked to both Jackson and Hyde, and they are in good spirits.
I was happy to see smiles on their faces, and in terms of Nate sent me a picture of them as I was heading home at that point. So it was good to see, and just kind of just helped me get a little bit of rest there too, just knowing that they were in a good spot.
You kind of take a step back of being a football player for a second to kind of being like, real, this is, a human life, going on a stretcher, whether it's on the football field or out here in the streets, it's still, that's hard to see.
Dane is a soldier, and he's been showing it, from when he came in to him, being on practice squad to being an active player. Dane has been putting on for Buffalo as well, and I'm here for him, and Dane knows that his team has his back as well as Buffalo.
Head coach Sean McDermott says he doesn't have a timeline for Jackson's return at this point. Of course, the first injury report will come out tomorrow. Dane Jackson tweeted this afternoon: "All glory to God. Appreciate the love, support, and prayers from everyone. Bills Mafia, the best in the world." For now in studio, Tara Lynch, News 4.